Louisiana beer reviews. Desert Daydream Hazy IPA. Thank you, Mo, in Arizona, for sending this to me. He sent me a variety pack. What a great gift. Four Peaks Brewing Company, Tempe, Arizona. Contains wheat. I don't know what this company's deal is with everything containing wheat. Hoppy, smooth, 6.5% alcohol. The bitterness units are listed at 21 on the website. That seems unusually low for even a hazy IPA. I mean, I just think it's so low. But it's a nice label. It's a warm morning and it's going to be a hot day in the 90s. So got a good date on the can. Good Best By date. I would like to visit this brewery in Tempe, Arizona. Been to Arizona a few times. When I went to Phoenix, we went, family, relatives of mine, they lived there. We went to an Arizona Diamondbacks night game. The only time I've ever been to that ballpark. Very nice. That's for sure. Okay, this has a white head of foam, a thick white head of foam, and it's not off-white, it's just straight up white, and the appearance is yellow and hazy. Golden yellow a little bit with the sun shining at it. With the sun shining through it, it is yellow, and there are some bubbles. All right. This is the first video review for this product in the world. What they said, they used 3 hop varieties: Glacier, Liberty, and Simcoe, I believe it was. Pale malts of some sort. So no video reviews that I could find. The written reviews are not, there are not too many of those. So crickle crackle there from the head. So I guess this is a newer one, not too prominent. Yeah, it smells like some citrus and typical white bread crust. I mean, I keep repeating myself with these because the flavor, the aromas and flavors are repetitive. Not in a bad way. I'm not saying necessarily in a bad way, just they tend to repeat. Like I was doing an Irish whiskey series, live taste challenges, and it was sort of the same kind of thing. Just repeat, 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 repeat. And I had a failure of a time telling one from the other in a blind taste test. I couldn't. Most of the time I got it wrong. So it's the way it goes when these products are so similar. A good thing about it is when they're so similar, when you go with the cheapest brand, you really haven't lost anything. That's a great substitute. Not much point paying a whole lot more for one brand that tastes marginally different than the other 10 in the group, you know. There's a little bit of hop bitterness here, just a little bit. Maybe, yeah, I guess so. 2 out of 5 hop cones, 3 out of 5 sugar cubes. So it's more sweet than bitter. Little dankness from the hop oils, a little bit of that. Medium body. Mostly dry finish, easy going, mellow. So I've had 5 different flavors. You don't want to say flavors. It's not soda pop or flavored malt beverages. I mean, it's 5 different types of beers from them. 5 different beers at this point. They're good. They're not real exciting. They tend to be a little bit on the bland side. Now, Santan was like that too. He sent me Santan, but they had a little bit more action with them. These are a little dulled out. And I was watching video reviews for the Kilt Lifter back over 14 years ago. And it was kind of the same. Like what I was saying this year was kind of what people were saying back then. It was good, it's good, but it's not like fabulous, you know. So they had it kind of in the B range. Good. I said B plus, but yeah, this. Now I know Four Peaks does make some really strong. They're like a 13.9% imperial stout, but I'm sure the production level of that is very low, and I'm thinking I'll never see it. No, no big deal, but I'm just thinking I'll never see it, you know. So I think they're shooting for the mass market, just kind of appeal to most everybody. Nothing wrong with that. You can't get extreme when you're going to appeal to most everybody. You got to keep the products kind of ho-hum, because people will say, oh, it's too strong, oh, it's too bitter, it's too bitter, it's too heavy, and so forth. A Beta does the same thing, yeah, so they have mass appeal. Shiner, Yingling, Samuel Adams, Goose Island, and so forth. They do that. So most of the beers you try from them are not like, oh, I can't believe it, it's amazing, it's amazing. Well, yeah, like Goose Island Bourbon County Brand Stout, yeah, that is. But then you're paying low end $12.99 up to $25.99. So yeah, you're gonna pay out. But that's just a one-time a year thing. They put that out, some varieties, and of course we know the mass market beer world. We're not even talking about craft beers, just the mass market regular macro beers. They're all like that. So of course Guinness has a unique flavor. One of the biggest mass market beers in the world, and it has a unique flavor, and nothing could be confused with it, I don't think. Back to this. It's a nice beer. It's kind of bland. Am I going to mind drinking it? I'm not going to mind drinking it. Do a duo review with it. It will be fine. I'll do a duo. And then I got a third can. I might bring it to like Super Sunday or Joker's Wild Wednesday or something. It'll be fine, but to get excited about it, I'm not going to sit there and like be daydreaming about it. Like, I want more. It has some little character though, like, you know, the little subtle bitterness, a little subtle citrusiness, a little subtle white bread crust and bread dough sweetness and all, but it's all just kind of like low profile. Is that the same case with a lot of the whiskeys and rums that I review? Yeah, of course. They're all well made and all. Like, this is well made. They're well made. They're just kind of like that. Just bland. Most people like bland food, and most people like bland drinks, so I don't guess it's a problem, you know. You go see movies, they are like, well, movies are the worst, you know, because you're sitting there for like 2.5 hours, like, man, I can't wait for this thing to end, it's so terrible. Like, they're really terrible, you know, in most ways. That, like, the content is repulsive, and the jokes are bad, they're not funny. It's like, oh, that's not funny. Or whatever, you know, even if I like the movie, I don't like it, you know, I just want it to end. And then I'm devoting all this time to it. I never go see movies. People ask me, you know, like, oh, yeah, it's kind of like Wayne's World, right? And I'm like, I never saw that. It didn't look like something I want to see. I don't want to see a 2.5 hour Saturday Night Live skit. I don't even want to see Saturday Night Live for the most part. They've had their moments that were interesting, but overall they were, I'm talking about since 1975, not that funny. That glib humor doesn't appeal to me, much less today even now. But, you know, yeah, classic SCTV was fabulous. But then they had a concept, like it was like a pretend television station. So it wasn't just like thinking of skits out the air. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna score it a B. It's good. Go to 85. It's nice. It's a good beer, but you got to think about that when you're buying these things. It's good. Okay. This is the world we live in. Now, I'm going to probably go do some beer shopping today. Am I going to find anything amazing? No, I'll probably find a lot of stuff that's sort of like, yeah, it's all right. You say you're going to do beer reviews for 10 more years, and that's what you're going to come up with? Yeah, it's all right. It's probably what I'll be dealing with. And that's that. All right, so Laissez Le Bon Temps Relais, a good beer, and I'm going to end this review by saying y'all go to Tempe, Arizona, and take a brewery tour.